All-out battle. Ukrainian troops destroyed Russian tanks in terrible artillery strike. Watch a Russian tank get taken out by Ukrainian armed forces during battle and continue to roll through Ukraine engulfed in flames. A Russian BMD-2 tank continued to drive at high speeds through a Ukrainian field after being hit by heavy artillery from Ukrainian troops. The video clips showed the Russian tank ablaze, screeching through an open field as flames continued to rise out of the top of the vehicles. Ukraine's armed forces have been upping the ante as the Russian bombardment has continued. Tomorrow will mark the 6th-month anniversary of the full-scale invasion, and peace talks between the two neighboring countries have halted. The video clip shows the Russian BMD-2 tank rolling through a Ukrainian field on fire at high speeds. The tanks can be seen engulfed in flames after being hit by Ukrainian forces in an attack. The tank on fire begins to produce enormous amounts of gray thick smoke. It is unknown what the number of casualties of the Russian soldiers is, as there were no fleeing soldiers after the hit. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has been calling for the West to continue to send weapons amidst the ongoing Russian onslaught. Defense Secretary Ben Wallace said, "This latest tranche of military support will enable the armed forces of Ukraine to continue to defend against Russian aggression and the indiscriminate use of long-range artillery. Our continued support sends a very clear message. Britain and the international community remain opposed to this illegal war and will stand shoulder to shoulder, providing defensive military aid to Ukraine to help them defend against Putin's invasion." Meanwhile, the war in Ukraine entered its 6th month, and yet the Russian military is still struggling and failing to achieve its primary objectives. With the assistance of the US and the West, the Ukrainian forces have proven to be a formidable adversary. The advent of social media is giving the two belligerents the opportunity to claim public victories and even ridicule their opponent. Indeed, the Ukrainian military has a habit of trolling Moscow after successful operations against Russian troops. And the M142 high-mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS, has made it so much easier for the Ukrainians to troll the Russian military. As if it were straight out of an Iron Maiden song, every time night falls over Ukraine, the Russian forces shudder, expecting the worst. Every night the Ukrainian military takes out its precision long-range fires weapon systems and rains fire and destruction on the Russian forces in Ukraine. Recently, the Ukrainian military released a video about the M142 HIMARS and its effectiveness in taking out Russian targets. Under the lyrics of Metallica, the video shows several M142 HIMARS fire missions against Russian positions. When night falls in Ukraine and the sky is illuminated by big bright lights, the video begins. Everyone knows it's HIMARS o'clock. After footage of successful strikes against Russian positions, the Ukrainian military ends the video by announcing and trolling the Russians, the HIMARS Global Tour 2022, which is coming to a Russian munitions depot near you. When night falls in Ukraine and the sky is illuminated by big bright lights, the video begins. Everyone knows it's HIMARS o'clock. After footage of successful strikes against Russian positions, the Ukrainian military ends the video by announcing and trolling the Russians, the HIMARS Global Tour 2022, which is coming to a Russian munitions depot near you. The M142 HIMARS and the M270 Multiple Launch Rocket System, MLRS, have proven to be instrumental in the Ukrainian counteroffensive in the south and the stalling of the Russian forces in the Donbass. Over the past few weeks, the Ukrainian forces have been using the two weapon systems to degrade the Russian military's ability to defend against a counteroffensive in the direction of Kherson and Zaporizhia. The two weapon systems have given Kyiv the ability to target and strike with precision the Russian war machine. Over the past 2 months, the Ukrainian forces have used the M142 HIMARS and M270 MLRS to systematically take out ammunition dumps, fuel depots, command and control hubs, lines of communication, railways, bridges, lines of supply, and other targets of high value. A recent strike in the Luhansk province in the Donbass took out the forward headquarters of the infamous private military company Wagner Group, killing and wounding dozens of mercenaries. In addition, the Ukrainian forces have been destroying vehicle bridges and railway bridges in the region. The Russian military leadership has tried to defend against the Ukrainian trolling by claiming that it has been targeting and destroying M142 HIMARS batteries. The Russian Defense Ministry is likely trying to assuage distress that Ukraine's effective use of the U.S. HIMARS is causing Russian military personnel and millbloggers with inaccurate claims of destroying HIMARS launchers, the Institute for the Study of War had assessed. During a conference with the leadership of the Russian military, Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu publicly claimed that the Russian military has destroyed 6 M142 HIMARS, even citing a video of an alleged strike against a pair of M142 HIMARS.